Hi, I am Winck, and this is Room 901. The reason that I decided to release this album now is because when I moved to Dubai 3 years ago, I was leaving stuff in Brazil in my career-wise. I had some people around me that wanted to put me in a box and put me in a place that is not mine. I felt inside a cage that I didn't want to be anymore. So when I moved to Dubai, I could be far away from that and start writing the songs and starting to find myself again in music. So that was super important for me at that time. So the reason why I'm releasing it now is because it's been 2 years and a half that I'm doing this album, and I feel that now I've reached to the songs that represent this time of my life, you know. And it's been really, really special. I think that's the main thing about this album, is finding the confidence in myself again as a composer, as an artist, and doing the things that I want to do now my way. The main purpose, I think, of this album is being able to find myself as a composer and writing the songs that I want to, singing what I believe in, and doing it with the people that I want, friends that I love so much, and talented people that I wanted to bring in this project. So I think that's the main thing about everything. A meaningful experience that I had doing this album, for me, having my best friends, having my family rooting for me and listening to the songs and saying like, go, because that's amazing, go for it, and supporting me, and receiving that love, I think that's the most meaningful experience in all this journey with the album. So talking about a little bit of the songs that I performed here, before everything, I want to talk a little bit about what the album is about. So the name of the album is Eternity, and I believe that nothing in life is eternal. Everything lasts while it makes sense in our lives. So it's 11 stories that I lived that it made sense at that time. Now I listen to the songs and I'm like, I really lived that. Yeah, but it was part of my journey. But then it changed into something else. People change, feelings change. So that's the story about the album. Is believing that nothing is eternal and everything is always changing to something else. And talking about the songs now, the first one was Champion. That was the first song that I did for the album when I didn't even know that I was doing an album. And it's a story that I had with this guy that I was starting to like him, but I'm always afraid of really letting myself go for the feeling. So it was like we were playing a game, and who's gonna be the champion? We never know. Now that the story ended, we can, maybe I won, maybe he won, maybe nobody won. We don't know. So that's the story. Now talking about Chasing Love. Chasing Love, I wrote in 2019. I lived it was an eternity with my first ex-boyfriend. And at that time, we were not dating yet, but I was deeply in love with him. And I felt that I was talking to him, I was saying my feelings to him, and he couldn't listen to me. I was trying and he wasn't responding. So that is the main feeling about that song. And it's a song that I love so much. I think it's so beautiful. And when I wrote it in my piano in Sao Paulo, I was like, when I do an album, I want to put that song there. And now the song's ready. So it's really emotional for me, that one. I loved it. And the last one is Bored, that talks about when you get fixated in somebody because you have absolutely nothing exciting happening in your life. I believe personally that boredom guides our life. When we are bored, we get fixated in people, obsessive with things that maybe we don't even love that, but it gives us a feeling and an excitement that you just want to hold that so bad. And that happens to people sometimes, and that happened to me. So I thought that I was in love with this guy, and actually there was nothing super exciting happening in my life. And I was like, okay, I'm I'm gonna get obsessive over this because this is funny at the moment, and I want to enjoy this. But then when I had him, I was like, you know what? I actually don't like you. I'm just bored. I know I sound like a bitch, but that's real life. That happens. Okay, that happens. So that's the story about the 3 songs. One thing that surprised me doing this album is understanding that I can do it. Because for a long time, people made me doubt myself a lot. Having the album ready now and seeing all the songs ready, and I wrote everything. Some songs have featuring with my creative producer, but I have my finger in absolutely everything, on the cover, on the idea, on the name, and everything came from inside myself. So it was a beautiful process to see that, and I really got surprised with myself that I could handle everything, till now. So I think that's the biggest surprise of it. What I want people to feel after listening to this album is actually understanding that we have to feel absolutely everything. Adele is one of my biggest idols ever, and she always says one thing: if you're not feeling everything, you're missing everything. And I truly believe that. I feel that the thing about being a human being is being able to have emotions and feelings, and we are here for this. That's why sometimes we are bored and we go through that thing, because we want to have these feelings, these emotions. So I want people to be open to feel whatever those songs are showing you, and I hope that resonates on them. In addition to that, I want people to look at it like a shot in your dreams. I've been in this journey for a long time, and I gave myself a shot of trying to do an album and release it and put it out there and live all this process. And it wasn't fast. It took me 3 years to do that. But I feel that actually I've been preparing my whole life for this moment. So that's the message that I want people to have, for them to feel everything and risk it and do whatever they want. And if your soul is calling, just do it.